Today I'm looking for studs in my wall because I want to mount some pictures and stuff up. And so there's a number of different ways that I use to find studs in my house when I got to mount something. The first way is to simply look at the imperfections that the drywallers left. Like say right here, they had a little screw that they put in here and they puttied it. They didn't do a very good job of hiding where the screw was. Other times you might see a little hole where the screw is. They don't get it perfectly straight all the time or perfectly smooth all the time. So you can just look for their little screw holes. You might see several as they go up the wall if they're not very good. Like, okay, yeah, see here's one here. And then look, a couple feet up, there's another one there. And then another method that I use is you can see the tape joint here. I can see it and I can feel it with my hand. So this is where the piece of drywall ended. If you go a little bit higher there, you can kind of see the line. So if you can find these screw holes, that makes it really easy. Another method is the tapping method. You can hear when you get to a stud that it's more solid. You can hear that it's solid there, but not there. Another method is to realize that if you have an outlet, that means you either have a stud here or you have a stud here. But of course, anytime you're trying to screw into a stud, one of these studs, there's going to be a wire on the side of it. So if you miss the stud, you might end up screwing straight into an electrical wire, and obviously that's not good. And I've also got one of these handy dandy stud finders. This one also has a voltage detection on it, which is pretty handy. So now I'm going to go ahead. Looks like we're detecting some voltage, and we're also detecting a stud right there. So as you can see in the video, I've put pieces of painter's tape on the wall here to mark where I think there's a stud. And if you measure from one stud to the next, typically they should be 16 inches apart. Next to doors and stuff, they might not be exactly that, but in the middle of a wall, they're typically 16 inches apart. So that's another thing to make note of. And a standard piece of drywall is 48 inches wide. So using all of these methods together, you should be able to pretty accurately find the studs in your wall and be able to hang your pictures or whatever you need. And I guess as a final note, I would avoid any stud that you think has a wire next to it, like this one here, or this one here, because if you miss the stud and you screw into the wire, that could be very bad.